Alright guys, so I want to talk about how to get on your feet when your husband has left you in another state. Let's talk about this a minute. So I'm just walking back from a job interview and I got it and I start tomorrow. So what I did, this is in less than pretty much a year actually. This is kind of how you want to do things. If you've lost your job, you've lost your home, you lost your husband, all because you had to move, you lost your car, you lost quite a bit. What you want to do is not count it as a loss, first of all. So the house we no longer live in was for the good, because I love these flowers, because my husband wasn't happy and he wasn't able to handle the house and deal with the landlord and everything and work with me. My marriage is not a loss. My husband didn't want it. You cannot work with someone who doesn't want to help themselves. As far as coming here, we were in a hotel. He left us homeless. He didn't want to help. So our communication that I had plenty of evidence of, he didn't want to work with me. So we came here with $1,000 to our name, and my son's wife had left him too. So he was kind of in the pit. He was close to being homeless. Pretty much he was going to be homeless and live in his car was the plan. So I was able to dig in and get help for all of us. We used a lot of programs. We used one-time programs that we qualified for. We used the first month, my other son actually got work right away. And he was lucky. And we actually, I think actually first we had a couple checks from New Hampshire. I had a check from New Hampshire. So we made it on that the first month. And then he had work right away. So that's your first step, is work. I had work right away. I worked at a cleaning company. And then I started my cleaning business out here. And that didn't last long. My car broke. Meanwhile, my other sons were trying to get work. I took the emergency assistance program. I took one-time help, 2 times help from the churches. Then my older son had work, and then he didn't, and then he did, then he didn't. And that kind of went on for a little bit. I think stability after a divorce is harder to get. But meanwhile, I took work over here again, and they didn't have the hours. The company started to change things. You can't control that. My car broke down. So I had to deal with that. I had to deal with the divorce. Had to make sure my kids were being taken care of, all of us, because I'm used to taking care of all of us. But now, today, I'm like, okay, so your son is almost 18. You have helped everybody. You put everyone ahead of yourself. And now it's time to take care of you. And it's kind of like, all right, I am used to taking care of my whole entire family. So I'm like, what do you need to make it? Like if my son moves out or whatever, what do I need? I can't depend on my sons. So I've got this job. If you watch kids, they start off with a low income job, teenagers. And they mostly build consistency on a low income, and they don't have any bills. So they can get ahead pretty fast. So if you watch them, get a low paying job to have consistency while keeping your bills low. Start there. And then do your other work where you're investing in yourself and making more money. So I took a real estate class, and then like I said, the market was awful in New Hampshire. I was ready to get going with real estate. I knew the state better than here. And then once I got here, they lost my results, PSI. I said I need to take the class over. I don't plan on doing that right now, not until I have a car, because then I can't get around. But that is something in my future. So do invest in yourself as you go along. So, but meanwhile, I'm keeping my other job. I talked to my boss, and he's giving me more days now. And so do it without your husband. Don't wait for the courts. Don't wait for child support, because it takes forever. And take care of yourself. And so my second job is more of where fast money and money is. So even though I've had some post-traumatic stress that has come out in my job, pretty much healed. So a lot of times, like when I was at another job here at a hotel, I had a woman who just was micromanaging me and being very critical, and that was part of my post-traumatic stress with my mom. So overcome it and take good care of yourself. So that's what I got for now, and I will be working on my YouTube channel. And as you work and put money away, continually invest in yourself and make yourself better.